Hello everyone and welcome back to AustinPlus, where today I am joined by two guests for an official review video, because it's about damn time that the King of Pop got his own biopic movie with, no, actually, scratch that, his own saga, and Jafar Jackson made his debut playing his uncle Michael Jackson. So, what was it like? And as I said, we're joined by my brother, as always, and Ness. Who has seen the film 3 times. So I think we've got a qualified expert with us.
For sure.
Yeah. So without further ado, let's just carry on, get on with it. Best characters are obviously Michael Jackson to start off with. That's no shit. What do you guys think for a start?
I mean, what was it we watched the other day? Like an interview with Jafar Jackson. And him saying that he'd never done like acting or things like that beforehand, and to see him go into this role so seamlessly, was, you kind of think it's just the Jackson bloodline.
Yeah. For me, that obviously it's being as like first thing in his career. Now, not many people think that he was like, because he's got the Jackson name, that he was thrown into this. It's not true at all, which I think is, but that will probably still not get through some people's heads. But he planned to be, what I think, a golfer. I think it was what he said. He was training to be a golfer. But
I feel like Ness has a better standpoint on that.
Yeah, go. Oh, okay.
Is that a no, or do you have something to say?
I don't know. I didn't know anything about him until the movie, and I'm gonna admit it.
Fair enough.
So, yeah.
Well, I think his. He did play Michael Jackson really well. He was one of his own, and I don't know how you take someone's life like that and study it so uniquely, with obviously his facial expressions, his mannerisms of Michael Jackson. Obviously, Michael Jackson was very special. How you replicate that is uncanny to me. And people can say like it's an impressionist on something. It was just perfect. His versatility, from the small talking, soft-spoken, private Michael that we see at the beginning of the film to that big rock star performing like bad, that big screen Michael that we all know, is probably the best thing that I think all critics have noted. But it's just, he is a brilliant actor, and he plays Michael Jackson so well.
I think another thing to note is, like, he says that knowing like the timing, so like when Michael does like the spins, he leads with his left. The type of shoes that he wears, and how important that is to being Michael Jackson, and how he has basically intensely like studied, understood that. I think that is a massive thing to why he's been so successful at being Michael Jackson, is because he's taken the time to learn to become him. And those little quirks, like whatever you want to call it, the little intricacies about Michael Jackson, he has learnt to then bring to the big screen and deliver a performance that is worthy of being on a big screen, that emulates the King of Pop.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing I will say as well is, during the film, and this is from someone who's seen it the first time, so I will ask Ness this, is it doesn't feel like it's a separate actor. It feels like Michael Jackson, and it's so how you capture that, and you get so caught up in the idea that that's not actually Michael Jackson, it's actually an actor. But obviously you have these people that do tributes and all that, but this was it was mesmerizing. But that's from someone who watched it once. What about you?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how I feel about the people who do the tributes, if I have to be honest. Not all of them. Some of them are weird.
As a long-time Michael Jackson fan, and probably an unmatched Michael Jackson fan, how, like, would you say it is like watching, it's like watching an actor play Michael, or it is like watching Michael?
I was definitely like watching Michael, like, you know, for someone who watched him since I was like, 8 years old. It's just, he moved the same, he spoke the same, you know what I mean? Obviously, I know it's a separate actor, but it was just done very well.
Yeah, and I think that's what the biggest like takeaway from this. So secondly is now obviously when it comes to best characters, I'm mainly basing off the acting from the people that acted as these characters. Now the second one, and I think it is so, I've put it up here. I don't like the character. I don't like how he's portrayed, but he's portrayed so well at being who he is, and it's Coleman Domingo as Joe Jackson. Now, before this film, me and Marcus did a few trailer reactions to it, and he explained to me, and then I went into did some reading about Joe Jackson, and this film, every time he spoke, I clenched every part of my being, because it was so frustrating, and there's not many things that movies that do that. It make me physically react.
I think he's one of them. It'll be very much like Game of Thrones. I believe the guy that played Joffrey, he was such a hated character that he didn't act anymore. I'm not saying this will happen to Coleman Domingo, but because this character is so, you feel a special affinity to Michael Jackson, and then seeing this is how he was raised, it makes people hate this individual because obviously he's so loved, but that's also a credit to the work that he does in portraying Joe Jackson. But also I think what not a lot of people realize is this is what he actually went through. This was his childhood, and how much of like a dictator he was.
Yeah, I think it's so. Every time. Yeah, it was the very first scene when he comes back from that show, and he asks like, "Oh, can we go to bed?" And he says no, and then just does, well, the belt.
Beats Michael essentially.
Yeah, with a belt, and watching that really, it just really aggravated me.
It sets the tone.
And it sets his character up perfectly, and just every scene with him, I hated him. But that just goes to show how good of an actor Coleman Domingo is, because I've seen him in other stuff. He's a really nice guy. He just played an asshole.
Yeah, it was one of them where it's kind of like, even if you know kind of what Michael Jackson went through, it's still kind of one of them like, it's like, whoa.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, any takes, Ness?
I mean, I'm happy they showed, and that sounds really bad, but I'm happy they showed that part of his life.
It shows the growth. I know what you mean.
Like, you know, the abuse in a way, because like a lot of people don't understand why he was the person he was, and it's like, well, if you know, the struggle and stuff. Like, even when I spoke with my mom, she went to see with my stepdad, and my mom said to me fully, like, that my stepdad changed his view on Michael Jackson after this movie. Which is crazy, because my stepdad is a stubborn man.
Fair enough.
But like, you know, you can't really like change his mind. So for him to like fully go, see a movie and be like, yeah, you know what, I take the L. It's unheard of, actually.
Fair enough. I think Coleman Domingo's performance as the Jackson family leader he is a terrifying character, I will say. They portray him as the prominent villain, but he has a terrifying presence, and not merely because he's a very complex and like as I said, his presence is so like super villain-esque. It is. They set up the arc so well. It is basically depicted as a superhero film. Michael is the hero, the dad is the villain. And
I mean, that's if you strip it back to bare basics.
That's what that's what I'm doing.
If you strip it to black and white.
Yeah, but nice pun. I will say he's a very shadowy character. He's a strict, violent, and I wouldn't go so far as say sadistic, but I
think the easiest way to put it is he's just a dictator.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it.
He rules with an iron fist, but he thinks that he's the main character.
But he's surprised. The one thing that really aggravated me, and it's the one thing that irks me in all of life, is that he took Michael's fame for himself. He didn't. Yeah. He and the same with the Jackson 5. He was like, "That's my success, not yours." Bitch, you are doing fuck all.
Yeah, it's because he was a failed. It's because he was a failed musician.
Yeah, get good, kid. That's all I have to say.
And egoistical. Egoistical? Yeah, that's how you say the word.
What?
Like how you say it? Like his ego.
Egotistical.
Yeah. This.
Yeah, his ego was very far.
Like what was it? Like I've seen it watched a few days ago. It was something about Michael Jackson or whatever, and they were like saying how Joe Jackson went onto this interview literally 3 days after Michael Jackson passed, and he was smiling and laughing and was being kind of like, well, it happened, whatever, he's gone. But it's like, that's not how a father.
He wasn't a father. That's what I mean by he missed his childhood. Yeah, he wasn't a father. No. Now,
I think that is also very clearly shown in the interviews as well.
Yes.
You notice that he doesn't. They call him Joseph. They don't call him Dad or anything, which I think is it sets the tone in another way, where it's like that is who he is. He is ruthless.
Yeah.
And he rules an iron fist. But I think we get onto this later, but the sort of karma that he gets is quite funny.
Oh god, yeah. It's not what I would hope for. I would hope for a lot more, but it was a nice sprinkle until the very end. Now the next best character, now probably not spend as much time as on him, but I just love him. And it's Bubbles the chimp. Bubbles, by the way, that was pure CGI as well. I didn't know that. And that was actually quite impressive CGI also. He is a very good symbol of like Michael's growing alienation from the adult world. He loved animals. Like the very first scene was he was talking to someone, I think it was like Alice or something. And I was like, who is he talking to? And the person I went to go and see it with, he was like, that's an alpaca. And I'm like, no, it's not. 2 seconds later, the alpaca comes into view, and I'm like, okay. But it's that acceptance that he was looking for, he found in animals and Bubbles the chimp. Have you seen the live action, not live action, but the actual interviews with Bubbles the chimp?
Yes.
Yeah. He can do the moonwalk, there's no denying that. And also it like people will think it's a gimmick. It's not. It's actually this is actually a person.
But I think what you can kind of see from not only Michael's childhood in the way that it happens, and you're kind of like, oh, okay, you can kind of see how he is, why he ends up being so disconnected. You see it. It's like a stepping ladder.
Yeah.
You can see it from the representation of Joseph at like a very young age, and then you see it with Bubbles, and then you see it with Twister.
Yeah.
And then you also see it towards the end of the film where they're on the victory tour.
Yeah.
How he's not going to celebrate with his brothers at the end.
Yeah. That was because he finally came to grips with he's not like his brothers, and they didn't really see him as like close as they did with each other. So because they basically grew up at very different rates, but Bubbles the chimp, I think, was a good I know he was a good friend.
Real one.
Yeah. Just heard that.
The OG.
Yeah, the real OG. Yeah.
Oh, next.
The next character. Now, this is one I think I really liked him, and it was Bill Bray, and and he was the bodyguard for Michael Jackson, but I don't really call him a bodyguard. He was basically the replacement father figure.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he was, I think, obviously a long-time bodyguard, confident character, but he was the main emotional anchor for both of them. And he actually stepped in against his father, who I'm pretty sure the dad actually paid for. I'm pretty sure that's how.
No.
Oh, okay.
He employed.
But still.
Where was the money coming from?
Fair enough. Yeah. But he was the positive father figure, like with all the conflicting interests and the parental pressures of the whole film, and I definitely think it served Michael's character development throughout the whole of the film perfectly. And unlike Joe, who is the unpredictable and steadfast, unwavering character, he is I think the greatest counterpoint to like that angel on your shoulder and the devil on your shoulder type vibe. That's what I get from both of these characters. Thoughts, Ness?
Yeah, no, his acting was good, and like the whole character in general. And can I just say, he looks exactly like the real Bill.
Do you know what? Do you know who I thought this guy looked like when I first saw him?
Who?
Macklemore.
What? What the fuck?
Eh?
With a beard. When I first saw him in the film, when he was okay, all right, Marcus, all right. When I first saw him in the film, I thought he looked like Macklemore. You're gonna go and search this up now.
Isn't Macklemore the guy that did Rick Scott?
Okay. I don't see it, but okay, I'll respect your opinion, I guess.
I love when you always say that. Basically, every time you say, "I respect your opinion," you say it with such disdain.
That's what I'm here for now.
You're here for experience. That's it.
Well,
I'm joking. It's nice that it's lovely to have you. And also, we do need an expert here because I saw him about 2 weeks ago. But
I have a memory of a fish. Don't expect much.
well, at least you're honest.
You saw it like 2 days ago.
No, she saw it yesterday.
Or 3 days ago.
Let's not argue over this stupid fact.
I
No.
thought she was saying
Silly.
let's not argue with this stupid fuck. I thought that's what she said.
I mean, might as well, I guess.
It wouldn't be the first time. It wouldn't be the first time she said that. Like,
Well.
let's not take the piss here.
Your words, not mine.
Alright, the last character I want to talk about is Catherine Jackson, or Nia Long as Catherine. Now,
Hey yo, I've got an opinion about this girl.
what this
Come on,
character?
backbone woman.
Her character really. She was nice to start with, then she just started to piss me off.
She was just dead.
I'll let Ness carry this one on, not actually.
Oh, no, with all due respect, she was just dead.
Okay. Alright, Marcus, what were you going to say?
Well, basically, what is it with Bill? I think he also carried another crucial point when they drive up to the observatory, and he goes like, "Do what the fuck you want, like, do whatever you want with your life," sort of thing.
Yeah.
To kind of, which I think is one of the anchors for Michael producing his first solo, Off the Wall. Which then obviously catapults his success in many a way.
The other
so like I think he is a very important character, and you see how much he like relies on him and their bond.
Yeah. The one thing, and I think it's so clear when he does it directly at that scene when he's at the observatory, is when he says, "You're not a kid anymore. You can do what you want." And it's no one in that house would have told him, not even his mum. No one in that house would have told him. And they tried so hard to beat him down, but Bill was like, obviously when they were alone together, it was just them, a support system, and then obviously the main character being Michael. He said, "You ignore them. You are not a kid anymore. You can do what you want, regardless of what they do." And that then just obviously clicked. And I think that just shows the overall control and the dictatorship of that overall house. And as much as they all had a shared success, it was a dictatorship. But once you've removed yourself from that, everything becomes a lot more clearer. And it's obviously why I'm moving on to the mum, is because she had so much support for Michael, but in terms of the battles between Michael and Joe, she was just a bystander. But I also think that was because of Joe. If we have to blame him for everything, fair enough. I don't really care. But she also had.
You can kind of see the dictatoriness of the household, and obviously that would spread to
the marriage.
Throughout the marriage, so you can kind of see what it is. But it is one of them where it is infuriating, because you see her be Michael's #1 fan and be inspiration to him, and like you can kind of see where he gets his kindness from. But I think one of my personal favorite scenes is when you see the process of Off the Wall, where he's sitting there with Quincy Jones, and you can see the post-it notes connecting everything, how he gets it, how he gets the rhythm, how he stays in beat, and where he gets all these ideas. Like when you see him watching these cartoons, you can pinpoint the inspiration for every single aspect of his works.
It
like
wasn't
Thriller,
a case of like it was just like
that.
From the sky. It was inspired by something.
Yeah, like you can tell he was wired so differently, and he was always going to be the greatest.
Yeah. Well, funnily enough, Marcus, we are moving on to the best moments, because my Catherine Jackson thing was very short anyway. So the first thing, and I wish I could play the scene, because I really would if I wanted to, and it's the Moonwalk Billie Jean performance.
The making of Beat It, I think, was great.
Yeah, very good.
I'm always a big fan of like the creative part and how he gets from A to B, and as I was literally just saying, big fan of how they showed his creative process.
Yeah, with the Billie Jean though, he created the moonwalk there and then. He didn't. That was not a case of like he'd known it. He created it, and he walked off. Like it was reported, he walked off that stage thinking it was the worst thing of his life, without realizing he created like one of the most popular dances ever. Like literally no one can do.
I'd say that's the smooth criminal thing. Leaning at 45 degree.
Was that actually done, or was that like effects?
Let me speak.
Okay.
No, it's a kind of
I have something to say.
He had for the smooth criminal. He had a special pair of shoes that basically there was a little like not a needle. What do you call that thing?
Magnet.
What?
Magnet.
No. A screw in the floor, and the dancer's shoe meant to slot into the thingy so they could lean.
Ah, I didn't know that.
So like often after they lean back, you kind of see them push their feet away just to like unslot themselves from the screws.
Ah, okay.
You can definitely, because I know Michael Jackson patented those shoes, so like you can easily find, you know, how they were made and what they were doing.
Yeah, I don't think I actively went and looked though.
Fairs.
Yeah. I think the making of Beat It was also another great, as you said, because it shows that creative process, the dance and all that. The one thing that I thought was really weird, I mean, yeah, it made sense. It just kind of it was really weird when everyone was silent in the theater, was when they did it without the music. And all you could hear was the feet going across the floor.
It is weird, but I also kind of do like it.
It shows the raw authenticity of the dance for the Beat It.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think also like the symbolism of that, like bringing people together, like the obviously symbolism of the times, the Crips and the Bloods. He took a massive rid by getting them both in the same room at the same time. Things like that. Like it showed his
probably the first thing he showed how he helps people.
I also say his ballsy approach to things.
Oh god, yeah. I remember his bodyguard saying, "Are you sure?"
Yeah.
And he was like,
and
yeah.
I also think fast forwarding a little bit, people talk about the kindness of Michael Jackson, but then they also don't talk about like the cutthroatness of him. So when he walks into that office building in New York, he's right, I'm not fucking about.
Oh yeah.
Give me a lawyer.
Yeah, that I thought was I was just like, this. It does show a good contrast. You obviously don't see it because you don't think about it, because you always think about his kind-heartedness. But that scene when he's in that flipping when he's in that chair with his like lawyer, but also when he's in that long table with about 50 lawyers, and he's asking, right, which one of you is gonna actually help me?
Yeah.
And that, I think it shows he was like, I'm here for business and I'm here for a reason, and as I said, he probably would have never come to that conclusion without his bodyguard. Because and that was the first thing he did. The first thing he did was fire his dad straight after he got that lawyer.
Yeah.
Which
I think
brilliant scene.
Oh yeah, it was so good. Like yeah, he does say you're gonna need a lawyer first, sort of thing, but I think what a lot of people don't know is I got this off Ness. I'm completely stealing her thingy. Is he like he wrote post-it notes of manifestations, like, so what he said, and this is why another reason why people call him batshit. And to an extent, he was batshit, but like in a way where it was, holy shit, he's only just gone and done it.
Yeah.
He was like, I want to be the biggest at this. I want to be like, he changed music in terms of music videos. You see the quality that goes into music videos now. He started that.
Yeah, it's Thriller.
Yeah.
Easy way of putting it. It was Thriller. Probably one of the best cinematic trailers and choreography and everything. And he did revolutionize music entertainment for a long time, and not many people.
Forever.
Yeah. And not many. It's a shame that people think of him differently now, which we might talk about a bit later. But it is a shame how that's how he's perceived, considering. But this movie, I think, was in the thumbnail. If anyone has actually paid attention to the thumbnail shows it's 38% on Rotten Tomatoes via critics, but general audience is 97%. There's a reason for that, and it's because
once it hit America, they slated him.
They slated it because they didn't, and it's clearly because some people just can't read time. None of it actually happened at that point, and it's a shame that that's what people wanted to see. He was known for probably being the biggest, like even now, it's probably gone up because of the film. He's top 15 top 15th artist in the world right now.
Number 1 last week.
Oh jeez. But yeah, but like making of Beat It, the bad final performance was amazing. To think that's actually him singing Jafar, and they actually did a comparison to the original song. You can see that they're different because they do sound different, but you don't realize that when you're watching it. Did you?
He's number 8. He's number 8 in the world right now, by the way.
Yes, make him, get him up there. Let's go.
Yeah.
Ness, as someone who has seen the Thriller scene, Beat It, the Billie Jean, and Bad, 3 times now? What do you think of the comparison of Jafar and Michael?
I mean, it's good. I always had the goosebumps on all of them, probably.
Yeah, same.
Well, to be honest, I had the most goosebumps when he released Off the Wall, which was crazy because like that used to, and I hate to admit it, it wasn't one of my favorite albums back in the day. Yeah, I grew to love it, but there's a lot of bias for me, so I'll definitely say Bad was my favorite because it's just like one of my favorite songs and albums in general. But yeah, Beat It was great. I mean, as soon as I saw the news on the TV, I was like, oh, I knew straight away what that is. I'm like, okay.
I thought the Bad final performance wasn't great. It was pretty bad. I made that joke, so I don't know if anyone won't have any context. I saw the film, I think, after everyone else. And the first message I sent Marcus was, I said, that film was so bad.
I think I took 20 minutes to respond to you because I was so just like...
No, and I've even put it in the thumbnail, just like, this film is actually so bad. And I've just put in a hyphen, did you get it? If anyone does, good on you. If you don't, oof.
Yeah, Michael Jackson had 2 bad songs.
Oh, which are?
You didn't get the joke, did he?
No.
There's one bad... I can't hear anyone now.
There's Bad and then there's 2 Bad.
Oh,
Right, you both need to go and touch a bit of grass, please. For the love of Christ.
What do you mean? I just... You know how I am. I could like probably recite his whole discography.
I want to put that to the test. I really want to put that.
I told you to put it to the test.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Okay.
Marcus texted me last week, was it?
What did I text you? I text you a lot.
Test me.
Oh,
on
test.
The songs.
Oh yeah, I did. You did quite well. It was...
Quite well. You gave up because I was doing it within a second.
Yeah, no, some of them were obscene.
Don't downplay this now.
No, it was just phenomenal. I think Off the Wall, and there was a couple off of...
You're going to be starting something, Marcus.
And there's going to be blood on the dance floor if you continue.
That's not a Michael Jackson song. You're out.
What?
It is. I know.
Dumbass.
Yeah, nice one. Okay, now the best thing I want to talk about is the chances of a sequel.
It's already happening.
Wait. We're talking about the wait. So it is a sequel is sure to be in the works after the reception that this film got. At opening weekend, it got $217 million worldwide. It might have gone up since Ness has seen it a few times. The films
single-handedly funding the film.
$1 billion now.
So, yeah, it's just hit the 1 billion mark.
It broke biopic records.
Yeah.
And it was the highest grossing in a week. And it'll probably be the highest grossing ever. I have a point to make.
Okay, calm down.
To all the people that are hating on this film, that they didn't explore enough. They made an Elvis Presley film and they didn't say a lot of the controversial shit that happened around him. Shut your mouth.
So Ed said that the sequel be in the works and that this film's basically superhero ending at the start of the bad tour was intentional. Now, the one thing that fucking pisses me off is that Marcus was right. He said they would do 2 films and they would end at the start of the bad tour. That is what you said to me. I
said my only complaint about the film is I feel like it should be 3 films. They should have done Jackson 5 up until Off the Wall, ended at Off the Wall, done because it's from like just after Off the Wall till Bad, because in the last half hour you go through about 7 years with very little.
Yeah, the Pepsi accident. Yeah, that was. I remember seeing a TikTok and it was this guy. I went into the film with a Pepsi cola, and he went. I threw it away straight after.
Yeah.
But I think that that is. I don't think it should have been 2 films because I don't think many people would have shown up for the Jackson 5 one, and I think that's why they would have shortened it. That's where I stand on that. But
that's probably fair.
The sequel would probably be set in late 1980s, from the start of the bad era to between the 1990s and probably the 2000s. Because a major aspect of the story would probably be his marriage to Lisa Mary Presley, and him becoming a father, and as well as the release of the Dangerous and His Story albums. Now, the director has already suggested that sequel would probably tackle the charges and stuff that had happened in 1993 and 2005, but this would probably not feature in the. This wasn't gonna feature in the original, but legal matters and all.
Yeah, they'd finished filming.
Yeah.
So the film was meant to start, I believe, at the end of the Jackson 5 Victory Tour.
Yeah. Or
whatever it was called. And they explored the first set of allegations. She's just clocked in. I believe the film, before it got delayed by 2 years, was already filmed, and it started around the era of the Victory Tour, at the end of that, and they explored the controversies of the ranch, and they had done filming. 15 minutes left. Yeah, no. They'd done the filming until the lawyers went over the papers for the Neverland Ranch and found that there's basically a clause within it that they can never be made into a film.
By the way, considering they've already started production and they actually started filming half of it during the production of this film, you could maybe see end of 2027, maybe beginning of 2028 release. Maybe 2 years, I would say.
What is it? I feel like they need to do, in terms of merchandising for this film, they need to do a Michael Jackson Twister.
Yes.
Don't, because that would break my heart.
Oh, that's valid. Yeah, it was such a sad scene.
I'll send this video to Maria when it's out. But I remember her telling me like the day after her and Ness had seen it, she was like, "Oh, the saddest part was like when Michael has gone home to Austin and wants to play Twister." She was like, "Someone play Twister with that man right now."
What is it? It's like people been doing making him in that new Nintendo game, the Tamagotchi life or something, just so to give him like a good childhood or good life that he deserves. And I was like, I love people nowadays. There's like such a wholesome thing, and everyone just agreed on doing so, and it's just like, that's cute.
Yeah. So now we're getting into the other reviews from other people. So, number 1, The Independent said Jafar Jackson's performance is a remarkable, charming fascismal. I can't. Too many big words.
Give me a second.
And it's not just about his dance moves, but more crucially.
Fascismal is an exact, highly detailed copy or reproduction of an original item, such as a historical document, manuscript, or map.
Thank you very much. So they could have just said charming and detailed. Charming and detailed, not just for dance moves, but more crucially for him channeling Martin Jackson's sweetness. And I couldn't agree with that more. He channeled Michael Jackson like it was his life. Yeah. Roger. Roger Ebert, I believe is what it says. Make no mistake about Michael. Michael isn't a movie. It is a filmed playlist in search of a story. Huh? Ooh, okay. That's a bit harsh. Jesus.
Huh?
It's not a movie. It's just a film playlist, is what he said, and it's not. There's no story to it. That's what it means. It's not true at all, but all right.
Further employment, you gimp.
Okay. Variety said the surprise of Michael is how well it plays and what an engrossing middle of the road biopic it is. I don't know if that was English, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know.
Can I have that in words that make sense?
No. Variety... No, I've already done that one. Telegraph said Jafar Jackson delivers an Oscar-worthy performance. Yes, right, he deserves an Oscar for it. If he doesn't get one, I'm gonna be pissed. In a one-note biopic that reverses its object to fault. Object, it says subject. I can't read.
The film turns the... Wait, which one are we looking at here?
The Telegraph.
The
Telegraph. An
Telegraph.
Oscar-worthy performance in a one-note biopic that reverses its subject to a fault. So basically, he's... Actually, hang on. He deserves an Oscar for how bad it is. I think that's what I was trying to say. Anyway, last one. MovieWeb said the film turns the realities of a tragic, deeply complicated life into a sanitized popcorn film. Yes, very true. I didn't get any popcorn, mainly because I despise the thing. But I definitely would have had snacks, but at this point I was not allowed M&Ms. Mainly because I was trying to... I couldn't buy any. I had no money, I was broke. So, based off all of them, and as a long-time Michael Jackson and Michael film fan, what do you think about those reviews, Ness?
Whatever. I don't really pay, attention to stupid reviews online. Respectfully, recording a review video.
No problem. Fair enough.
But, yeah.
So, the last thing I want to do is compare this to his actual life. So the segment on the, let's say, the Motown 25 performance is quite true, as it is recreation of the, so is the recreation of the Pepsi accident that took place in 1984 in the film. And the film does not focus on his most controversial years because they hadn't happened yet. However, since it ends in 1988, the Bad World Tour would be considered more the highlight reel of the whole film, and then rather than the complete history. It doesn't sugarcoat the bad behavior of obviously the Joe Jackson, but it does ignore the more serious problems, say like the prescription drugs after the Pepsi accident and the legal issues that started to emerge immediately after this film's conclusion. So based off all of that, my overall review and justification, and obviously we'll get Marcus's and Ness's opinion, I am very fond of this film because it lets me really see the magnitude of Michael's genius without the buzz of all the headlines after he grew up. Now, the amount of the work that he went on to say Beat It and Thriller and the raw electric energy that he embodied in all of the Bad Tour made him even closer to his own artistry and the artistry of sound and music. And that is why I think he's such a monumental figure in terms of music, but also why this monumental film of 2026, one of the greatest biopics ever. And I have no doubt that Michael will remain in people's brains rent-free. No doubt in my mind.
I think it's a very good film. It does explore things that are relatively unheard of, which is like his relationship with his father and things like that.
Yeah.
But the reason people don't fascinate on that is because that's not what they want to hear.
Yeah.
They want to feed their own agendas. But I think it does a very good job at portraying Michael's childhood and how you can very much see why he became how he became.
Yeah. Because
he had such a backwards childhood. So, and I do like the creative process for me, as I've said about 4 times in this video already. I like seeing that. I think it goes well emotionally, creatively, and things like that. But obviously, it doesn't hit the part of controversy, which is what people want to see.
Yeah.
So you're just gonna have to wait a couple of years. Sorry.
First, thank you for both of you for being in this review, and I hope to get you back for more. So, yeah. But without further ado, folks, that is the end of today's video. I do hope you all enjoyed it, and if you did, please leave a like and subscribe and comment what else you would like to see on the channel, and don't forget to check out all of the links that are for the people that were in this video. But I hope you have an amazing day as always, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.
Yeah.